Welcome back to our journey through secular spirituality, a way to touch the ineffable without the chains of dogma. In video 1, we reimagined spirituality through the lens of secular spirituality, seeing God not as a person in the heavens dealing out judgment, but as our source, the ground of being that flows through all things. In video 2, we defined secular spirituality as a way to approach life's biggest questions without joining a religion or tying our beliefs to one source while excluding others. It's a blend of disciplines, theology, philosophy, psychology, and consciousness studies that lets us investigate those questions through diverse perspectives and reach our own conclusions. In our previous video, we explored consciousness itself as the foundation of everything, the unifying field that everything emerges from, the essence that flows through us and makes us inseparable from our source. Today, we examine philosophy, the love of wisdom, the eternal art of asking why and what if, without needing answers carved in stone. Philosophy isn't dusty tomes or ivory towers. It's the compass that orients us in a cosmos of questions, guiding us toward unity, ethics, and deeper harmony with existence. In secular spirituality, philosophy strips away supernatural veils, revealing wisdom and reason as a human endeavor, rational, relational, profoundly alive. We see philosophy serving the same role as religion, asking life's most important questions, but from a grounded, rational perspective. Philosophy can seem like a towering mountain of ideas, but at its heart, it's about asking big questions and sharpening how we think about the world. For someone just starting out, key principles offer a clear entry into philosophy's foundational ideas. These concepts, drawn from centuries of thought, are tools to navigate life's complexities with curiosity and clarity. Let's explore them in a way that's approachable and engaging, focusing on what they mean and why they matter. The Socratic method, named after the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates, is a cornerstone of philosophical thinking. It's about questioning everything, not skeptically or cynically, but to dig deeper into what we believe and why. Socrates said he knew nothing except his own ignorance, and this humility drives the method. Imagine a conversation where you keep asking why to get to the root of an idea. This approach uncovers hidden assumptions and sharpens your understanding of the world, making it a vital starting point for any beginner. Next comes critical thinking and logic, the engine of philosophy. This is about reasoning clearly and spotting flaws in arguments. Logic teaches you to build ideas step by step, like solving a puzzle. For instance, if all humans are mortal and Socrates is human, you conclude Socrates is mortal. It's also about recognizing when arguments go wrong, like when someone attacks a person instead of their ideas. Mastering this skill helps you sort through opinions and claims in everyday life, from news to debates, with a clear head. Epistemology tackles the question of knowledge. What can we truly know, and how? It's like being a detective for truth. Some philosophers argue we gain knowledge through senses like seeing or touching, while others say reason is the key. Then there's skepticism, which asks if we can be certain of anything. Think about a time you doubted a new story. Epistemology helps you decide what's trustworthy and why, making it essential for navigating a world full of information. Ethics is where philosophy gets practical, asking how we should live and what makes actions right or wrong. Utilitarianism says we should aim for the greatest happiness for the most people. Deontology insists on following rules like never lie, no matter the outcome. Virtue ethics focuses on building good character traits like honesty or courage. For a beginner, ethics is a guide to making tough choices, from daily decisions to big moral dilemmas, with a clearer sense of what matters. Metaphysics dives into the nature of reality. What exists and what's it made of? Is the world just physical stuff like atoms? Or is there something more, like a mind or soul? It also explores questions like whether we have free will, or if our lives are shaped by forces beyond our control. Metaphysics might sound abstract, but it's like wondering if your thoughts are separate from your brain, or if fate guides your choices. It's a way to ponder the big picture of existence. Finally, existentialism confronts life's deepest challenge, finding meaning. Philosophers like Sartre argue life doesn't come with a built-in purpose, so we create our own through choices. It's about taking responsibility for who you are and what you value, even when the world feels chaotic or absurd. For a beginner, existentialism is empowering. It reminds you that you have the freedom to shape your life story, no matter how uncertain things seem. These principles, questioning, reasoning, seeking knowledge, living morally, exploring reality, and creating meaning, form the bedrock of philosophy. They're not just ideas to read about. They're ways of thinking that transform how you see yourself and the world. As you start your journey, let these concepts be your guide. Let's peek into the minds of great philosophers, ancient and modern. Consider Plato, that ancient architect of ideas. He proposed a cave where 3 prisoners, chained together facing a wall, had never seen outside. A fire behind them cast shadows of people carrying objects, and the prisoners believe these shadows are the real world, not realizing they're mere projections of truer forms. One prisoner escapes, sees the world in full sunlight, and returns to describe it. But the others don't believe him and threaten to kill him if he frees them. The remaining prisoners are like those who cling to limited perspectives, content with shadows rather than reality in full light. Plato's cave allegory is more than this simple interpretation. It's inspired books like Fahrenheit 451, 1984, Brave New World and The Giver, as well as movies like The Matrix, The Truman Show, and even the Lego Movie. In his Republic, Plato dreamed of philosopher kings, not rulers with swords, but seekers attuned to the good, the beautiful, the true. Modern Platonist Pierre Grimes echoes this. The dialectic is not a method of argument, but a way of seeing the self as undivided. Here, philosophy isn't conquest, it's reunion. It dissolves the illusion of separation, pointing us back to that ground of being, the one source, undivided, where self and cosmos blur. Baruch Spinoza deepens this. Everything is in God, and all things which are made by the laws of the infinite nature of God, and necessarily follows from the necessity of his essence. How can we apply this wisdom to our bodies? Ian McGilchrist, in his masterful The Matter with Things, splits our attention into 2 hemispheres. The left, grasping and categorizing, the right, beholding and connecting. Philosophy, at its best, dances between them, using reason to map the mystery, but surrendering to wonder when maps fail. McGilchrist writes, the right hemisphere sees the living whole, the left, the parts in isolation. True knowing requires both. In secular spirituality, this isn't abstract, it's practical. It means questioning our biases, considering other sources, and allowing we may not have the full picture. It's about integrating new information into our knowledge as it arises, merging left and right brain for a fuller knowing. John Vervaeke takes this further with his Ecology of Practices, urging us toward relevance realization. Not just knowing facts, but awakening to what's truly meaningful in life's flow. He says wisdom is participatory. It's not about propositions, but transformation through insight. How do we apply this daily? In a discussion, philosophy asks us to pause and consider, what am I not seeing? What's really pertinent here? How does this connect to the whole? It's the ability to recognize and focus on what's truly important, bridging consciousness's raw awareness to ethical action, turning introspection into compassion. Philosophy isn't without shadows. Rigid systems, stoic detachment or existential dread can calcify into new dogmas. Alan Watts, that playful sage, cuts through with Zen-like glee. The menu is not the meal. Trying to define the divine is like trying to bite your own teeth. He laughs at our earnest fumbling, reminding us philosophy thrives in humility, not certainty. In secular spirituality, we embrace this. Wisdom as a verb, not a noun. a lifelong dialogue that honours the unknown. So how do we integrate philosophy into our lives? Start small. Familiarise yourself with the principles above. You'll recognise some you already practice, at least to some extent. The first two, question everything and critical thinking, move us far down the road. It's simple. Ask why you hold a foundational belief, like belief in God. Be brutally honest. Were you born into a religion? Does it seem obvious reality has a creator? Once you've answered the question your answer. Use critical thinking to probe its truth, examining the veracity of the information behind your belief. In Christianity, a movement called deconstruction uses these principles to uncover the foundation of faith. It's not simple, easy, or quick, but it leaves you with your own foundation, not someone else's. Results can vary, but I don't know anyone who has regretted the process once they emerge on the other side. This should apply to every belief. Self-examination grounds us in something more tangible than myths taken literally. As we close, remember, secular spirituality isn't a solo climb, it's a chorus of disciplines harmonizing. Philosophy's questions join theology's poetry, psychology's inner exploration, and consciousness's light. Next, we'll explore how psychology shapes our thoughts, motives, reactions, and daily lives. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.